Hi everyone, it's Allison from Fathom 5 Tarot, and I'm here to do some more prompts from Ethnie's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge 2020. I have not done any for a while. I'm cramming them together. I'm skipping some because I don't have anything to say. It's just how I'm rolling this busy January. But I'm excited to do some tonight. I'm actually going to try and make 2 videos tonight. So let's get started. Okay, so I think I left off with number 20, which is going to be my favorite depiction of the Lovers card and why. And this one was actually pretty easy for me, although I do love some great Lovers cards. Morgan Greer is beautiful. I like the Rider-Waite-Smith one. I like all the imagery in that one. But if I had to choose a favorite, it would be from my Anna Kay. This is the independent version, but the artwork is the same. Look at them. Sorry, I'm trying to get some better light on them here. Look at those two. And I think this is largely a reflection of my age. There are some way sexier Lovers cards, but when I look at sort of what I hope a partnership will be, is this blooming, and yet, like, I love the contrast of the blooms and the flowers with the age of the lovers and the comfort and the fact they've been together for a long time. I love it so much. If you had told me at the beginning of this process that I'd be bringing up the Anna Kay as many times as I have, given that I didn't use it that much that last year, I wouldn't have believed you, but here we are. So that's my choice of the Lovers card. My favorite 3-card tarot spread, and why is it your favorite? Again, I'm not as practiced as some people, but my favorite thing is to think about what I want to be focusing on for the day or the time, or just whatever I want to hone my ideas about in. And then I just draw 3 cards and see how they interplay with each other. I don't think I have really a favorite 3-card spread per se, where this must mean this and this must mean this. And it's not something, because I'm very much self-taught, and while I've read some books, I haven't really read that much about spreads and that kind of thing. So I don't really have too much to share there. But I think there's something really neat about just like letting what comes out come out, and then it's more about the interplay between them rather than assigning a specific meaning. I mean, there's always interplay, but no, this is what I do, and that's my favorite. Not that I haven't done other things from books and stuff, but that I like that. That's fun for me. Okay, so I misunderstood, I think, well, it's probably because I don't use Oracle very much, but I misunderstood the top tarot decks of 2010 to 2019 because there was a question about top decks of 2010 to 2019. So I already did that one, so I'm just going to leave that. And I will talk about Oracle because I don't have very many Oracle decks. I'm not that into it. And I have talked about some of these before. Oh shoot. I don't even know where it is. I think it's upstairs. I should have brought down one more. It just occurred to me. I can't believe I didn't think of it. But I'll talk about it now as I'm pulling these out of their boxes. The Oracle of Echoes by Anna Turian. It's pretty popular. You've seen it before. It's gorgeous. I love her art style, and I am so excited for the Tarot of Echoes, which is coming out, I don't even know when, but at some point, it's being worked on at the moment. It's just, her work is so gorgeous. So I should give a special shout out to the Oracle of Echoes. I'm sorry I don't have it in front of me. I've also talked about this one in this series. This is Chris-Anne Donnelly's Sacred Creators Oracle. And this is another one that I bought largely to support a Canadian artist, and I didn't actually, it was sort of a whim. I'm always swayed by the Canadian dollar and easier shipping. And I didn't think it would be that great. Not that it wouldn't be that great. Sorry, that's not right. But I didn't know how I would use it or if I would love it. And I love it. It's like, I love it. It's different from every other kind of deck like this I have. I've bought a couple affirmations decks that I never use. But I can't explain it. It's great. It's great. I can use it with almost any deck. I usually just pull one card at the end to think about how that relates to the message, or just think about that message for my day. It's just awesome. So that's Chris-Anne Donnelly and her Sacred Creators Oracle. I'll just show the box. It's a huge box because there's a huge book that goes with it. And it is lovely, as all of Chris-Anne's work is. Then I should probably talk about, again, broken record. I talk about the same decks all the time. Soul cards, soul cards. How I love my soul cards. And I've also talked before about how this is like the polar opposite of Sacred Creators, because there's no words on them. And that's what I love about them, the abstract nature of it. I haven't combined the two decks, but I think I'm going to. Initially, I was like, oh, I don't want the different backs, but who cares? Instead of just pulling them out of their separate boxes. So, oops. Oh. That's the great thing about them. They're so versatile. So I do love my soul cards so much. I also have here, I do really like this deck. I haven't really used it much this year. It's out of print now. It's the Sacred Symbols deck by Marcella Kroll. This is the second edition, I do believe. I think the first edition maybe just came with a tuck box. I bought this secondhand. It has a not quite a bow. But you can see how it's sort of curving up, and nothing I do can make it not curve up. But I really love it. But I don't find it as intuitive as I thought it would be. But I love the art style. I love that all the words are here's two side by side. Like, they're just so different. Like, the font is different, the color palette's different, they're simple, that it works together cohesively really well, and yet they're different every time. I find myself going to the guidebook a lot for this one, which is fine. But so even though I've passed some ones on, and because again, Oracle decks are not really, I would say, super my thing. I'm showing you almost every one I currently own, except for, I guess I've got a couple more, like specialty, like the Halloween Oracle, I guess. But I'm not willing to pass this one on yet, and that's the book. And so it sits with me, and I love it. But it is one I've had for a long time, and I have pulled out and used more, so that's why it makes this list. And finally, because it is one of the only other ones I have, it's a fairly new acquisition to me. Again, I got it secondhand. I used it in November, and I was actually surprised how much I liked it. Again, I got it because it was a good deal and close to me. But the Maiden Oracle by Layla and Olive. I have long been just entranced by how gorgeous these cards are, and yet 100% certain that I wouldn't be able to read with the tarot deck, because like if you show me just a plant, then I have nothing. I don't get it. But I really had my eye on, shoot, I can't think of the name of their other oracle. They have another oracle. The Ophidia Rosa? Or is it the tarot? I don't know. This is ridiculous. Anyway, the Maiden Oracle. I need the keywords. And then then the illustrations are enough for me. It's the same reason why I was so pumped to get the Cracked Amethyst Botanical deck, Jessica Bott's deck, because I know people love her artwork. I don't have any of her decks. And I know the Idiosyncra deck is just like the holy grail. People are seeking it like crazy. So I'll bring it close so you can read. And I was going to, but I just was like, there's so many cards and they're all plants and I don't know if I'll get it. So I just didn't. But I appreciate how cool her artwork is. She's a real artist. So that's my little collection of Oracle decks right now, with the exception of Oracle Echo of Echoes, which is upstairs and I do love, and I should have brought it and I feel badly. Sorry. I've been super busy, guys. I'm not really prepared. So I did tarot, I did Oracle. I'm not going to do books because I talked about books that I read last year, and that's kind of what I have for that. If I could meet any tarot creator, I would have to say, because I'm going to actually make a video about her decks next, and it's not going to be one maybe that tons of people know, but I would like to meet Melissa Weatherspoon, who crafted this beautiful lowrider tarot deck. We live, I think, probably a few hours apart, generally speaking. But her work is super, super cool. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting out of the box here. And beautiful. This version of her Lowrider tarot deck is still in order. But I just was so... this deck is so niche in a way, right? It's only Dachshunds, which is why it's the Lowrider Tarot. It's so specific, and yet she's really found such cool ways to make it work for the tarot in a way that's totally readable to me, who's someone who's not especially a Dachshund fan. I like them, but I've never really spent much time with them. But it's just so awesome. And her guidebook is beautiful. So she'd be one I'd really like to meet. I'd love to meet Pamela Coleman Smith. That would be awesome, but it's not possible to meet her. I'd love to meet Rachel Pollack and talk to her. Oh gosh, I'd meet anybody. Anyone who could create a cool tarot deck and put 78 works of art together. Carrie Mallon, I'm so in love with the Spacious Tarot right now. Like, I would just like to, I don't know. I think I started doing this because I don't really have anybody to talk to about this. Yeah, anybody. I want to meet anybody who wants to talk to me. So, yeah, that's my dumb answer for that. Show us your tarot journal if you have one. I'm currently working out a new system for my tarot journal, so I think I'm going to make a video about that later. What I did last year, I loved when I did it, but I didn't do it particularly well, and so I'm working out some new stuff, so I'm going to put a pin in that one. And I think that's where I'm going to stop, so I can do one more video as the month is over with the remaining different prompts. So I just wanted to say, I know I have not been on very much, but I've really enjoyed watching everybody else's videos. They're super cool. It's really fun. Yeah, so watch. There'll be another, it's going to be a review of a super cool new deck that I just got. I've actually got a few ones to talk about. And so I'm looking forward to doing those in the next upcoming weeks. So have a great night.